The more you work with spreadsheets, the more you're going to realize sometimes you don't want a cell to always do the same thing. You're going to say, well, I want it to do this if this thing happens and this if the other thing happens. And that's what we're going to look at today. We're going to learn how to write if statements. And they're called if statements because that's what it is. It's if this, then I want you to do this. And if not, then I want you to do something else. And that's how it goes. So basically, that's how it's written. It's saying, if this, then do this. And if not, do the other thing. That's basically how you write it. You're going to say, here's the thing I want you to look for. And if it's good, if that's what's happening, then do this. But if it's not what's happening, then do this. So there's 3 steps. Check for this. If yes, then do this. If no, then do this. It's basically what it is. And this is the code language of it, right? Condition, value if true, and value if false. So condition as in like, here's what I want you to look for. If this, and if that's true, then do this. And if that's false, then do this. There's multiple ways to check, to write this first thing, the condition, to write the condition. Is this thing true or not? If this happens. And you have to use one of these operators because this, spreadsheet's a calculator, you have to use some math. Is it the same as or equal to? Is it not equal to? Is it less than? Is it greater than? Or is it less than or equal to? Is it greater than equal to? You guys are used to those. Those are the, it's just relating. Are these things equal, less than, greater than, whatever? So let's write a few. There's a few things that you can have it return. It can return a value, a word, and an equation. And I'll show you what that means here. Whenever we write an if statement, it has to start with equals if. Equals if, right? And then open a parentheses. And we're going to write these 3 things. First, what are we looking for? And then if that's true, what do we want it to do? And if it's not true, what do we don't want it to do? Okay, so I'm going to look over here at these values and words. These are our examples here. And I'm just going to look at this value. I'm going to say if this box right here, I12, if I12 is equal to 5, then, because you separate these things with commas, say then I want this box to be whatever, 8. And if it's not, I want it to be 0. And close parentheses. What this says is if this box is the same as 5, it's equal to 5, then give me an 8. And if it's not, then give me a 0. They're separated into 3 things by commas. What are we checking for? If the box is 5. If it is, then it's going to give me an 8. If it's not, then it's going to give me a 0. Hit enter on that, and there you go. Since this box is 5, it's going to be an 8. Well, guess what? If I change it to not a 5, hey, now it's a 0, right? Anything but a 5, it's going to give me a 0. Change it back to 5, gives me an 8 again, because that's what I told it to do, right? So you can see, if the box is 5, give me 8. If not, give me a 0. Let's write another one here and have it return a word for me instead of a value. So I'm going to say equals if, and then I'm going to say if this box is less than 5, then tell me less than. How about? If you want it to return a word, it has to be in quotation marks. So I have to say less than in quotations. And then close. And I can say if not greater than or equal to. That's a lot going on, but whatever. Basically what this is saying is if this box is less than 5, say it's less than. If it's not less than 5, say it's greater than or equal to. All right, so hit enter and let's see what that says. It says greater than or equal to, right? Because 5 is greater than or equal to. What if I go less than 5? Oh, it's less than. And I can even put in negative numbers, right? -5, still less than. But if I go above 5, it's now greater than or equal to, right? That's what I said. Check this box. If it's less than 5, then write less than. If it's greater than 5, say greater than or equal to. All right, and we can also ask it to return an equation. So we could say equals if, and I'll look at this box again. If this box is greater than or equal to, Just using a different one of these guys for an example. If it's greater than or equal to 9, then take that box and multiply it by 5 and then subtract 2. I just made that up. Whatever you want it to do. You can put a formula in here. And then if not, then what do we want it to do? Let's say if not, then return math rules. So it's saying if this box is greater than or equal to 9, then do these things to it. Take this box and multiply by 5 and subtract 2. And if it's not, say math rules. So what it did was this is greater than or equal to 9. So it should take this value, multiply it by 5, that's 45, subtract 2, that's 43. So yeah, it gave me 43. What if I change it to 10? That worked too, because it multiplied by 5 is 50, subtracted 2, that's 48. And any number greater than or equal to 9 should do that. If I go below 9, it should say math rules instead. Right? It's just following what I said. So one more time. If this box is greater than or equal to 9, then take the box and multiply it by 5 and subtract 2. And if it's not greater than or equal to 9, return math rules. Okay? And then one more thing I want to check. If you want to check to see if there's a word somewhere, you just have to use the same kind of idea, but use the quotations and say, if this box is equal to quotations bird, then say bird is the word. And then if not, comma, if not, say bird is not the word. Bird is the word. I change the word to dog. Bird is not the word. Right? Fox. Oh, bird. Bird's the word. There you go. So all it's doing is checking. Is this box bird? So it's say equal to quotations bird. Then you can return whatever. Or, it doesn't have to be words. You can say, I want it to return 5. And if it's not bird, then I want it to take this box and add 15. Whatever you want it to do. Whatever you want it to do. So bird is the word, so it returns 5. Change it to that. It's going to take this box and add 15. Okay? So you can make it do whatever you want. It's just an if statement, and that's how it goes. If this thing, then this. If not, then this. So 2 commas, you've separated the 3 things. The first thing is what you're checking. The second thing is what you want to happen if this is true. And the third thing is what you want to happen if this is not true.